been 5 days and today's the final day of it, so a little bit not tired, but just from all the energy over the last couple of days, it's really all just coming together. It's been a project that's been in development about 2 years, and I work with local food producers. There's about 50 people making food, believe it or not, in the Ballyhoura area, and we have about 10 of the local guys here today and more selling products. But what's happened is we've also brought it in the local schools. So we have Kilmallock school in a cook-off against Hospital. It's like a hurling final or something, etc. So it's going really well.
I'm absolutely delighted to bring you here today, and this is the last day of our Taste of Ballyhoura Food Festival, and this has been a fantastic weekend. We've had haunted houses for kiddies and adults, we've had historical and food trails which introduce community and heritage, we've had a fantastic gala banquet in our local hotel, Deeper House Hotel, consisting of a 5-course meal, all local produce done by celebrity chefs, and we are finishing up here today at the food fair. Welcome.
It's been great. This whole cook-off has created such a buzz, and I'm looking forward to hearing the result. And as well, there are so many people around, and I can see that we have a mixture of bikers and farmers and locals and visitors. So it's great to see that sort of mix, and well done on this first year. And I've no doubt it'll go from strength to strength.
Well, Ballyhoura Development Limited and Ryan Super Ballyhoura to thank to make this possible. Without them, this wouldn't have not have been possible at all. So next year, would you actually develop further, more schools involved, things like that?
I think so. I think that there's a real opportunity in this, and with more schools involved, you create more of a spread of knowledge of the products, and then there's that whole linkage of the food products to tourism. So I think there's a great opportunity in this, and it will be a big showcase for the local foods.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, this has got so many strands to it because, first and foremost, the brand, the umbrella group that is supporting the development of food and food producers. Food producers have stories to tell. Sometimes it's difficult to get them out there, so you bring chefs along to create a platform to use the produce, to start to shout about them in a local sort of a way. And more importantly, they need festivals like this because that allows them to get the feedback if they're in development stage. They need the confidence to go to market, and there's nowhere better to get it than on your doorstep from people you meet and greet every day on the street. So I think this has been brilliant. This has to stay, it has to develop, because the brand to me is only starting to take off for these small food producers.
And I believe you've your own cookery school up in Donegal now.
We do, yeah. We're a long way up. We're up there in Inishowen, and it's been great. We're very busy, thank God, but we do a lot of this food festivals around the country, and again, I genuinely am so amazed by what's on offer here today, from the food producers and the students, everybody that we've mentioned, and you just see the numbers of people that have come here today. Once again, it proves that food is a fantastic vehicle to pull people together and to bring tourists to an area. So Ballyhoura should be very, very proud of what they've done today, and I hope this comes back next year.
Enjoy it, relax, and we'll allow you to get started, okay? So give them a round of applause, folks. It's not easy.
You are one of our judges today, our leading judges, and you are a home economics teacher. How you find it today? How do you find the standard?
The standard is extremely high. Usually I would be looking at students a little bit older than what was there today, but the standard here today was as high as those older students that I would, be more familiar with. They knew what they were doing, their skills were good, their flavours that they put together were quite good, and one of the things that impressed me was that that one of the schools took 3 recipes, took pieces from 3 recipes and made a recipe of their own, which means that their dish was original and that you could see that in it as it was being served. So it was teaching them how to handle food, so they just weren't robots up there. They were people who were using their brains when they were working with food, which was wonderful.
Honestly, I've never seen as high a skill set in a competition at this level in terms of what they're doing and what they're taking on and the piping and everything. So technically, don't underestimate that, folks. That is hugely difficult to do with the chocolate and with the raspberry pudding here.
Presented, you're the home ec teacher for the group here from Hospital Secondary School. How did you find the day?
It was a fantastic day. I think we all enjoyed it. It was great to come back here and represent Hospital, but be in such a local place, and having Brian McDermott here as well is fantastic.
And how did your students get on?
I think they did very well.
Are you biased?
Definitely. And being from Kilmallock as well, I suppose there's a little bit of a rivalry. That's it, definitely. No, we had a wide variety of a menu. So for our dessert we did raspberry meringue roulade with raspberry cheesecake and a little shot of apple juice and raspberry compote for a little smoothie. So that was our dessert.
Yeah.
And our main course then, we tried to use as many of the Ballyhoura foods. So we did a pork burger stuffed with the Hodgkin sausages, the goat's cheese and red onions.
I know, isn't it amazing? Like, it's hard to remember. There's such a diverse range of products and food within Ballyhoura region. Were you surprised by how many there were?
Oh my gosh, when I got the list I didn't realise there was so many. And under each business or each group then there's like 10 to 20 different products, but it's fantastic. So definitely back in Hospital I'll try to include, try and promote this more back in the home economics classroom and get the students cooking dishes using the Ballyhoura foods.
And would you be interested in coming back next year and do it all again?
Definitely.
You might have to reclaim the title or hold the title.
Hopefully, anyway, who knows, but hopefully, I know it was a great experience, and sure, it was fantastic to be cooking there against Miss Roach as well, so a bit of rivalry.
Yeah. I believe Miss Roach was your teacher back in the day or something like that?
She was.
So it must be fierce rivalry.
I know, we're actually great friends as well, so it's great to be here promoting home economics, I suppose, at a local level, which is great.
Folks, can you please, from both schools that I'm going to mention, please give them a little bit of encouragement before we kick this off, and welcome Kilmallock and the John the Baptist schools here to the stage. Thank you very much, folks.
absolutely outstanding. I have to say, I was absolutely amazed. I didn't expect that standard, I have to admit, especially being school kids and stuff. But the desserts were absolutely outstanding. The meringue roulade was just, I would not attempt to do it. And this girl was just so cool, rolling it over, presenting it, piping on the cream, putting up the raspberries and everything. Cool as a cucumber. Fantastic, I have to say. And as Gertrude already said, it was fantastic to see that they actually took recipes, made it their own, and just put their own spin on things. Because it's, desserts, it's always kind of, it's where you can play with ideas and with flavors and with colors and so on. And they did exactly that. And you could see that they were really well trained. I mean, there were teams of 3, and everybody knew exactly what they had to do to bring it into one dish in the end. Brilliant to see, absolutely fantastic.
And these are very young teenagers. Do you think they get their influence from the teachers or from the parents, or?
I mean, to be honest, when you grow up, you are influenced by anything. It could be television. If I, for example, love watching cookery shows, so that's how I kind of got a lot. But these kids are really kind of things that what they eat at home, if they like it or not, it influences them, you see. But I think in this particular case, they have 2 really amazing teachers who really put a lot of effort in and a lot of time in to actually teach them really, really fantastic skills. And it came through today.
Oh, we were delighted. We were absolutely delighted the way that they participated and got involved, and it's all about the taking part really rather than the winning. The standard was very high, so it'll be interesting to see how the final outcome will be, but I'm very confident that they did their very best, and we used lots of the local produce, and the students themselves have learned a lot.
And I believe Elaine was your protege back in the day, was she?
Right, Elaine is a past student at Colaiste Iosaf, so I'm delighted to see her. We're very good friends since, and I'm delighted to see her bringing her students to such a high standard here today as well.
It really was. I was watching it there myself. The standard was immense. Did you realise there's such a range of products at Ballyhoura, or such diversity within the region?
Absolutely, and it's absolutely fantastic from a home economics teacher's point of view to make contacts with so many local producers and businesses, and some have been so kind as to offer us the opportunity to visit their farms and where they're doing the actual production, so that would be great for the future, and it's motivating me. I think there'll be a notice board in Colaiste Iosaf now with our local produce on it, because that's the way we want our students to go in the end,
Would you be hoping for other schools to join us next year?
Absolutely. I can really see this competition growing, so we're delighted to be part of it for the first year. Whether we'd reach the final again on other years if they're going to open it up, but I really think it's a great competition.
You can be quietly confident, I'm sure.
Maybe a little.
Oh, fantastic. I'm delighted to be here. We use a lot of the Ballyhoura product in the cafe at the Hunt Museum, which is my sort of primary business. And I'm also involved in Safe Food, on the board of Safe Food, which is a North-South organisation which promote healthy, safe food. And a lot of what they're doing here today ticks all those boxes. So I'm delighted to be part of it. It's great to see such a buzz around Kilmallock, and great to see all these products and all the local producers.
You have a personal connection with, I believe, one of your relations is on one of the schools, is it?
Yes. One of the girls worked with me during the summer. She's a cousin, and she was in with me. It was her first job. She worked a few hours with us for a couple of weeks during the summer, and I'm hoping she picked up lots of tips. So obviously I have a vested interest in being here as well.
Do you find that these things will be something for the future, like cookery competitions involving schools and festivals? Do you think this is a future in this?
Well, I think it's a huge future. I think it's a huge future in food. Food is a major industry, and I think, obviously Kilmallock, the whole Golden Vale, the richness of the food and the taste of the food here is spectacular. So I think there's an enormous future in terms of teaching kids about the food and using it. And, if kids do that at school, they're going to bring it home and they're going to use the product. I think that's what it's all about.
There was a fair standard in the cooking day today. Were you surprised by how good the standard is for young teenagers?
For kids, they worked so well together. There was teamwork. They were fabulous, absolutely fabulous, and a really, really high standard. I'd have any of those in my place any day. They're good kids, they know what they're doing, and they're really interested and committed. And they had a huge knowledge of the food, and there was good teamwork there. It's fabulous. I think both teams are really, really good. It's going to be very hard to pick a winner.
And would you encourage other schools in the future? Hopefully we will be doing this next year. Would you be encouraging more schools to partake?
Absolutely. I'm wondering where the others are. Obviously they were beaten on Thursday, I'm assuming, because there must be a number of secondary schools in the area, Kilfinnan, Charleville. They should step up to the plate now and participate. I think they can broaden this this into perhaps a regional competition. And you never know, there could be sponsorship. Obviously, Ballyhoura and Super Value, there are a number of people here supporting the competition, the hotel here locally. So I think there are lots of other sponsors that would become involved if other schools. I mean, why not make it into a regional competition? It'd be great.
In relation to the cook-off and the results of that, I was one of 3 judges today. I've never been a judge in a food competition before, so it was very, very challenging. And it was the same on Thursday. I was a judge with Shane Donoghue, who isn't here today, of Recipe for Success Cookery School in Anacotty. And Shane was really great and took both schools through the semi-final into today's final. And we scored on Thursday. We went through the different criteria of cleanliness and presentation and taste of foods and the foods working together, and coming into today's final, both schools were there was nothing between either school. There was actually not even a single point between both schools coming into today's final. Kilmallock edged the judges' favour in the making of the desserts, while Hospital fought back, great second half, and took the lead with the mains, giving Hospital the narrowest of wins to take the overall prize. So well done to Hospital.
Elaine, congratulations, Hospital won the cook-off. How do you feel?
Absolutely delighted now for St. John the Baptist. It's fantastic. I know, it is great.
And how did you find Brian? Was he good to work with?
Oh, he was brilliant. He was really encouraging now for all the girls and kept them all going and made them all at ease. So he was a fantastic chef to be demonstrating here today.
That's not.
Yeah.
You girls, is that true? Is your teacher right? Was he easy to work with?
Yeah, he was easy to work with. It was really good. They were really supporting of us and there was no pressure on us with him.
And how did you become so good at cooking?
With our Tomek teachers, they all helped us really good in the last few years.
And do you have much cooking in your family at home, or is it you learned all through Elaine?
Kind of like I cooked the odd bit at home, but you learn a lot of it in school, and then that kind of comes through. Like what we did today, we learned in school, so that's good.
And do you hope to take it on in the future? Would you like to become a chef or anything like that?
I don't think so. I'd say dietetics or something like that, but not a chef. Kind of too stressful.
Oh, that's kind of close. That's kind of close. And are you delighted yourself, yeah?
Oh yeah, we're all delighted. Like it was a great experience. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. Did you learn much in the last 2 days? You were out Thursday as well for the semi-finals, and you're here today for the finals. Did you learn much in both areas?
Yeah, you would learn like different flavours, and it was great.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was really good.
And did you look forward to coming back next year?
Yeah, hopefully we can compete again. Yeah, absolutely delighted. It was a great experience.
Are you going to tell all the lads down in class how you got on so well and prize winners?
Yeah, I think they'll all be jealous they didn't do it themselves. So.
Was it hard to get into the group, or was everybody kind of saying, "No, I won't do that"?
Well, we had shortlisted down. She picked the most enthusiastic and interested. So I'm just happy I got on it.
So you're the fantastic six, are you?
Oh yeah.
Listen, lads, congratulations. You deserve it. You've done fantastic stuff, and best wishes. Okay, take care. Thank you.
The hopes and dreams to keep it as an annual event and make sure it grows bigger and better, and try and add something new to it every year. Try and bring in outsiders into the town, show what Kilmallock has to offer.
The school side of it is really unique. It's rarely done around the country. Do you think that is something that will take off, will expand?
I think the school side of it is one of the biggest parts of the festival that will make it grow. Because we've got fierce interest from pilot schools around Limerick and Cork looking to come into it next year. I imagine myself that could be made into an all-Ireland competition within 2 or 3 years, and that will bring huge business into the town.
For us at Ryan's, we want to get involved in the community a lot more. So to be there at the fireworks last night and the gala dinner on Friday night and the haunted house, everything about the festival, to be involved was great, and there was positive feedback, right through the town and with the people around as well. So it's great. It's great to see.
The first year of the festival has been widely hailed as a huge success, and already thoughts are turning to next year, where every effort will be made to entice all food lovers to a Taste of Ballyhoura festival.